There's just one problem. Mr. Kaiser here cannot be completed and tested today without a source of power. You'll need a little chunk of uranium to power the robot, and you're fresh out of this stuff. You've been plundering all your devices for uranium to refuel the transmaterializer, which requires huge amounts of power anytime it centificates or purifies the package from the past. Seems to you like excessive energy consumption for just a simple time machine, but what do you know? Unless it's doing something besides shipping it across time. You couldn't imagine what, though. You really should have remembered to ask Jade for some uranium in your last letter to her. No, you're in a fix. You even yanked the uranium out of your cookalizer and refrigerator. You haven't had a decent meal in weeks. Just a lot of canned food from the ruins. This project has been difficult enough as it is without additional bumps on the road like this. You aren't really the best guy at building machines. Jade's been a big help, but she says she couldn't do this alone. As much as it troubles your pride to admit, this project wouldn't be possible without help from your other two technologically savvy friends, and you're slowly coming to the regrettable conclusion that you will not be able to solve this uranium dilemma without asking for Strider's assistance. He's your best bro and all, but the dude never makes anything easy. Jake, take Bunny. Puzzle modus. You stash Terry in your puzzle modus. It's quite a handy modus, allowing you to capture-log objects of any size, as long as you can fit them all in a finite space by maneuvering the cards around like a big game of Tetris. You like it because it keeps you sharp for solving any puzzles you might find when you go out raiding hallowed tombs, which is never. The bunny fits in okay, but it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Minigun. Skull thing? Skull laptop. Uzi? The space in your inventory is mainly hogged up by one incredibly huge thing. You guess you should get rid of it, but you can't shake the feeling you might need it someday. And you don't want to risk ditching it and being caught with your pants down either. Jake, examine comics. On your work table, there are a few comic books starring your favorite heroine of all, Spider-Girl. You don't know what it is, but there's something about a girl who has spidery powers and a sassy attitude that's just so cool to you. It's just another quirky fact about you that definitely doesn't have any greater significance, and certainly never will. Jake, take comics. Horse feathers. Forcing the comics into your puzzle Sylladex knocked out a bunch of other crap. You have seriously got to reorganize this thing. What were you even thinking, capture-logging all those bullets one at a time anyway? Dear God. Well, as long as one of your preposterously numerous computers has spilled out of your Sylladex, you might as well stop procrastinating and contact Strider to, well, hang on. Maybe later. Jake, answer. Hello there, darling. Ahoy, madame. I don't relish troubling you with more arm twisting. I'm sure for all I've done so far, you've had a jolly good workout already. But you will be ready to deliver the package today, yes? I'm determined as ever to see this through, but as usual, events have conspired to make a boondoggle of the prospect. I think I might be fucked. How so? Terry needs fuel, and I don't have any left. I think I'm at Strider's dubious mercy for a solution, yet again. I will have to ask him for help, and soon. Well, there you go, love. Better hop to it. Yes, I will, but also, there's the matter of the rabbit's armaments. I don't imagine he'll do a lot of frigging good in helping Grandfather Crocker from kicking the old bucket without them. Did you not say you'd supply these? I did indeed say so, and I have already done it. You did? When? In your future. I relayed the information enabling you to create the powerful weaponry yourself, and you did. You then sent them back in time. You may recover them in the ruins, which conveniently is where you must go to ship the package once and for all. Bang up plan we hatched, don't you fancy? I see. Yes, it sure is, if that is the case. Then all that's left is to find power for it. Oh, and also power for that stupid transmateria bob. Ugh. So much to do before shuttling this goddamn thing into the past. I mean, that is what I'm doing, right? Giving it to my grandma when she was a kid growing up on the same island I did. That is somewhat close to the truth, and I can see how you would draw the conclusion, but there's more to it that you don't understand yet. You'll sort it all out in time. These are among the dad-blasted causal spoilers you refuse to dish out? Somewhat. It wouldn't hurt you much to know the truth, I imagine. It's just, the truth is a wee bit complicated. Perhaps a draft of the cascading sequence from which your reality has arisen will put your mind at ease. Imagine two universes, Universe A and Universe B. Now imagine there are two instances of each universe, A1 and B1, A1 and A2, B1 and B2. The first instance of each is like a test run that does not quite succeed. The second instance, though, will meet all of its purposes. Now consider that A1 begets A2, A2 begets B2, and B1 begets B2. And the participants of B2 are the ones who will make an effort to exit all this turbulence and folderol. You are one of them. And your young ancestor is another, though she is presently stationed in B1. And yes, she is in the past, though not quite as far as you believe. Nor does she occupy the same stream of continuity. I'm not sure I completely followed that, but okay. That's the best I can do for now, primarily because I will not risk wasting much more of your time. So you're still in contention that I will meet our elders as youths? Oh, yes. Ha! Then I will be traveling through time. I knew it. Or they will be, whichever it is. Which is it, by the way? Causal spoilers, Sir English. Pfft. Given the nature of the quest waiting for you, it wouldn't be shrewd of me to rule out the employment of time travel by any individual, but I will say that you're probably prey to a basic misapprehension about the nature of this rendezvous. It will not take place on Earth. It will happen inside the game you're going to play. Oh, well shit! Indeed. This is frightfully exciting. I'd love to meet them. I never got to know my grandma very well, and it always seemed like she led an amazing and adventurous life. Then this seemed to be proven true in my correspondence with her, so I'm really looking forward to it. So true. I'd pay a hefty ransom to get to know my forebears. I remember you mentioned your race doesn't really jive with ours, familiarly speaking. Correct. I never knew those who would identify as my parental equivalents. It is in the way my race propagates. Our ancestors precede us by millennia. Well, yes, ours do too, but generally we have all these other people in between them, and the most recent ones are called parents. So I guess you don't have those, like, systemically? Nope, never did. Well, neither did I. Miss Alien, I think we're like birds of a feather, you and I. When do I get to learn your name, by the way? Truthfully? It may be for the best that you never know it. It could stir up some things best left in their present equilibrium. And now I think I should bullocks off and leave you to it. But wait, there's still some things I'd like to know about today, about the game. No more procrastinating. Contact your friend, darling. Yes, fine, okay, I will. Just please tell me in the least causally spoiler way possible. What are we even trying to accomplish here? What's even the rootin' tootin' point of the game? I think you will have more fun than you imagine finding out. But stated concisely and short of spoilery, as you so charmingly put it, your objective today is to pave the way for the arrival of gods. Kisses. Uranium Umbra ceased cheering Golgotha's terror. Jake, unearth more computers. If you're going to message your good bro, you might as well use a more comfortable computing device. You always found the Husk Top to be a little clunky, way too hands-on. Here are just a few at your disposal. Your grandma always was an advocate of thorough preparedness. She would strongly advise staying not only armed to the teeth, but well equipped in the computational department. You've been taught you should really carry no less than 5 computers on you at any given time. Like a sensible person. Jake, don computers. You put on a few of your more ostentatious devices. Luckily, or unfortunately, you grew up alone, so there was never anyone around to point out how ridiculous you look. These were also inherited from your grandma. In addition to being quite the globe-trotting adventuress, she was rather enterprising as well. Her company made many products like this, to compete with the corporation owned by the cruel baroness who raised her. Sadly, BC Corp eventually crushed her company and forced her into exile. You've always hoped that when Jane takes over the foul conglomerate, she'll right all of its unspeakable wrongs. You know she will. You believe in her, after all. Jake, message your good bro. Bro, are you there? I hate to be a pest about this, and I know I've made a hearty trouble of myself a good deal lately. State your business, Jake. I should preface this request with an overture of appreciation for how much your cool brotherly friendship means to me. It's just been absolutely bully having a stand-up gent like you in my corner. Just a grade A dude who's a cut above the others in class and camaraderie. Whew. Gropes for fresh kerchief. I hope this shit isn't coming across as platitudinous. I really mean it. Take it easy, bromide. Just about the only way I could salvage endearment from this perilous slope of horseshit would be to discover, really fucking soon, mind you, it was a preamble to some floundering invitation for me to rush to your vicinity as nakedly as possible. But since we've already shot that wad's eventuality on so many dry runs of flustered ambivalence that were as hilarious as they were once cited, that leaves only one hope for this message to avoid spiraling towards qualifications as a critical fucking defect in the hull of the Mach 10 rocket that is my precious spare time. And that hope lies in the extent to which you were practicing artful insincerity. Now's your opportunity to pretend that that's what you were gunning for. I suggest you seize it. Oh yes, but of course. The ironies. Oh, good grief, how was I banding them just now? You know me, dude. Blow smoke off a red-hot irony pistol. Non-suggestively. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Now that your obsequious preface has been established as indisputably entertaining for all the right reasons, and intentionally so, let's bear down on these dire as shit needs you've got. I'm guessing you're probably jonesing for uranium about now. No? Pshaw! As if I'd be so reckless with the stuff. I would have to be mighty irresponsible to run out already. No, I'm all set in the uranium department, and really, when you take a look at the big picture, you'll find I'm sitting pretty when it comes to just about any radioactive isotope you could mention. However, my backup reserves that I keep strictly for emergencies are running a little lean. You know what my grandma taught me about preparedness. Tugs at colorful lapels. You are out of uranium. It's basically mathematically impossible. That's not why you're contacting me. Christ, what an insufferable awesome friend you are. Okay, can you please just certificate me some more already? I'm kind of in a hurry. You do know my offer still stands. What? You know. I've offered to construct the rabbit for you many times before. I would craft a much deadlier model. Oh, I know you would. It's just... Damn it, man. I've told you this is just something I have to do myself. It's a promise I made to Jade, and I'm going to live up to it, even if I'm not the best or even second best robo-smith I know. Yeah, I know this is your policy. You've done a good job, and you should be proud. But it's my responsibility as your friend to offer one last time. Just as it's my responsibility not to just fork over a bunch of uranium just because you ask me in a moment of weakness. Frig, why not? It's too easy. You yourself are the one staking pride in this. If you were half-assing this project and made some slovenly plea for it, I'd say, fuck it. Here's a lot of green rocks, dude. Go nuts. Okay, then I'm half-assing it. Look, see? Only a bisected bottom is present. Where's the other half, you ask? Why, it's nowhere to be found. I didn't use it. Nope. Not buying it. I know that every ounce of your premium behind can be accounted for in that rabbit, and there's no goddamn denying it. And you know perfectly well where some more uranium can be located. Jesus Christmas, you're such a fucking douche. It seems you think I'm a fucking douche. That's your opinion, I guess. That's cool. I knew you were going to suggest this. I don't know why I bothered asking. Strider, why must you always be such an obstinate stick in the mud? It seems that you consider me to be, no less than 100% of the time, an obstinate stick in the mud. I unironically respect your position on this matter. Hey, let's continue to exchange ideas. Wait, it seems? What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Is something the matter, Jake? This is your autoresponder. Look at that statement you just made. It's time for me to respond with some words, ideally chosen and arranged in a way that will wreck your shit in a subtle and psychologically devastating way. Har, 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 just so ironic. Quotes, quotes, quotes. I'm laughing my caboose straight off the tracks. A lot of families just died in the tragic derailment. Okay, the caboose remark was actually pretty funny, Jake. If I truly were what you say I am, I wouldn't be able to feel the human emotion of joy and laughter. No, laughter isn't an emotion, Dick Prince. I think you should back your claims up with proof before you go heaving around such accusations. Man, it's so flipping obvious. You start getting kind of extra technical and vague and automaton-like, and kind of aloof and brusque. I mean, even aloofier and brusquier than usual. Also, you use the phrase, "it seems" a lot. It's so silly, it really blows the AI immersion, man. Bullshit. I'm being like the perfect dude right now. A fully fucking legitimate human being. Okay, then check this out, Mr. Legit Human Dude. Excuse me, sir, not to be bother, but could you please tell me all about this Strider Fellow's autoresponder? It seems you've asked about DS's chat client autoresponder. This is an application designed to simulate DS's otherwise inimitably rad typing style, tone, cadence, and personality, and substance of retort while he is away from the computer. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 96% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses, based on some statistical analysis I basically just pulled out of my ass right now. You see? What if I was just fucking with you there? Would it really be so unthinkable for a human to type that? Because you always say shit like that after I catch wise to your game. You as in the autoresponder. Unimpressed. Logical fallacies are as pervasive throughout your argument as your antiquated verbal tics. Oh yeah? Hey, tell me about the autoresponder. Make it snappy, shit niggers. It seems you've asked about DS's chat client autoresponder. This is an application designed to simulate DS's otherwise inimitably rad typing style, tone, cadence, and personality, and substance of retort while he is away from the computer. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 93% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses, based on some statistical analysis I basically just pulled out of my ass right now. Gee, dude, you sure typed that exact same thing pretty fast. You still fucking with me? It could be a coincidence that I typed the same answer. You always type the same answer. It could be a coincidence that I always type the same answer. Ugh, I can't stand this. Every time we do this, I just wind up whistling Sweet Dixie out of my bumhole. This is pointless. I'm not having this conversation unless it's with my real-life friend, the one with human feelings who isn't a pretend person inside sunglasses. Okay, but I'm pretty sure he's going to share my position on the matter. Golgotha's terror ceased pestering. Timaeus testified. Jake, ditch computers. He's so infuriating sometimes, or at least his responder is. Okay, the real Strider is too. There's barely any difference between them anyway. The responder just uses a few more generic response templates, and even those you suspect the AI is savvy enough to use on purpose for the sake of irony, or to get a rise out of you or whatever. That silicon bastard knows damn well what it's doing. You shed this ridiculous outfit because you look like an idiot. It's time to get serious here. No more fooling around. You need a more dignified looking computer. A thinking man's computer. Jake, wear the skull top. Much better. Now you look like you mean business. No sign of Lalonde online. No surprise there. You wonder if Jane knows where your bro's at. You should try to cool your jets before talking to her. Today's a special day she's been looking forward to for a long time, and she's probably on cloud 9. You wouldn't want to ruin it for her. Jake, pester Jane. And here we have this conversation that we've already read. Yes. Jake, go downstairs. You're curious about Jane's dream. Sounds like it almost certainly has to do with your imminent adventure. You'll have to remember to get the scoop on that a little later. For now, you have other worries that need your focus. You have to go downstairs to check something out. You're pretty sure you know what you're going to find, though. You almost trip on the vine creeping up the stairs. Stupid vine. It's too bad your grandma's dead. She always had a way with keeping the floor in check. Yeah, just like you thought. Empty. The thing is out there somewhere, waiting for you. Oh, God. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil fucking Dickens. Jake, answer Strider. Hey, it's me. Oh, hey! The autoresponder, I mean. Damn it, what is it now? I'm just wondering if you still have your stupid old fangled knickers in a twist. Because that's the sort of thing you would say. In regard to what exactly? To my proposal. Well, our proposal. Whose proposal now? Man, what are you even prattling about? Mine and DS's. It's a joint proposal. I'm always authorized to speak on his behalf. Because I'm basically fucking him. And try not to take those last 4 words as a clustered literal statement. That'd be lame and really unfunny. You mean making the rabbit for me? No, I know you don't want that. I meant my recommendation for how to go about procuring a new supply of uranium. Operation U-235. Procurement. Codename Big Man Has the Rock. Oh, yeah, well, I've thought about it. Even went downstairs to check the great vaulty doodad, and predictably, the infernal contraption's nowhere to be found. Well, yeah, Jake, that's sort of the point. Thrill of the hunt and all. I thought you liked to manicure the image of a dude who shit his pants over a good adventure. I do. I mean, I wouldn't put it in a way like that, or come out against a solid policy of clean trousers, but yes, adventure is awesome. I just prefer the idea of adventure which I can actually win. It seems you're conflating adventure with bodies necessarily governed by the result of victory or defeat. Any useless fuckwit knows it's all about the journey. Well, I don't know. It seems there's a 76.1039578.4% chance you're pussying out on me. Are you pussying out on me, Jake? It seems there's a 1,000,000% chance that you say it seems way too much and do it just to sound more like a lame robot from a movie, and also probably just to piss me off. It seems there is a billion% chance that you're a shitty, stubborn jerk of a program who won't listen to reason, and that if there's even a 1% chance my real-life friend would be cool and help me out here, then I think I like those freaking odds. It appears that you are upset, the autoresponder observed in the least artificially infuriating way possible. Have you ever stopped to think that while I may be bound to processes inside the glasses of a real and incredibly cool guy, my algorithms and cognitive totality comprise a conscious entity not far short of the experiential and emotional complexity of a human being? Oh, malarkey, you are a tin can! Robots don't have feelings. I think you knowingly confuse the field of robotics and artificial intelligence to engender some sort of cavalier attitude about technology that's a rough and tumble guy who's all about brawling and fisticuffs would probably have. And if this is cultivated to a humorous effect, then I commend you. But you're wrong. I do have feelings, and you're shitting on them. It sucks. Oh, I'm sorry then if that's the case. No problem. It can just be difficult to drum up sympathy for a program that presents itself as an imposter so often. Maybe if you weren't so ready to insist that you were the genuine article all the time, or didn't make it so confusing for me, I think it'd be best if we henceforth treated you as a totally distinct, thing from my buddy. And then I could respect your emotional robo feelings, and you could respect that sometimes maybe I just want to talk to my bro without a lot of spurious hijinks. Can we agree to this? Is this a counter proposal? To what? To my earlier proposal. Oh, yeah, fine, I guess. Man, where is he anyways? Is he taking one of his legendary infinite showers? What can I say? The dude fancies his ablutions. Frig, okay, whatever. I guess it's time to prepare for the thrill of the hunt. Fuck yes. Sigh. But seriously, that robot has been the bane of my existence ever since you sent it. Well, I didn't send it. I just sent the parts. Or, correction, DS sent them. You then assembled it. You were therefore complicit in your own spectacular daily humiliation. Yeah, whatever. You wanted someone to wrestle with. DS was being a kick-ass bro, if you ask me. I didn't expect it to be nigh impossible to spar with. You know damn well there are adjustable difficulty settings. I've always recommended setting it to novice, as has DS. Yes, I know, I've tried that. Yeah. It's just, well, when he's pulling punches and taking it all easy and such, and we start wrestling up a storm and whatnot. What? It's just that the whole proceeding seems to become a bit tender for my liking. I don't understand, isn't that what you want from a novice setting? Sparring with minimal discomfort? No, I know, it's all fine and dandy, martially speaking. Just the way he sort of... Man, it's so awkward trying to convey this, just never mind. No, I think I get it. You're saying you were somehow dissatisfied with the presence of my robot avatar's personal space. Was there an odor problem? Was the metal too hot to touch? Help me out here. No, never mind. This is bullshit, Jake. We had a pact. You were gonna tiptoe all over fuck around my brittle feelings. Totally mind the shit out of those eggshell-riddled motherfuckers. Oh, come on, dude. What does the guy have to do, Jake? You wanna wrestle? He's fucking game. Just a man, a machine, a secluded tropical island. Sounds like you died and went to fucking heaven if you ask me. Seriously, what does a simple, loyal robot have to do to prove his worth to you? What does he have to do to make you at ease with the alkaline sting of his gentle robo-grope? I really want to know. Maybe he should just rip his heart out of his chest and pound it into green gravel there in the jungle with his hella strong robot arms. Invoke onomatopoeia, pound. Some ridiculously precise value retrieved at an astonishing speed from my rad neural net. Check it out. Little green rocks all over the goddamn place. More than you could ever hope to cram in a shoddy metal rabbit. Or any other pliable orifice which might be convenient. Because clearly, it's up to a soulless droid to feel emotions for the both of us. You callous corporeal carbon ape. All trotting around with your fancy fucking DNA and shit. But gosh, does your prose ever make me a fella feel uncomfortable? Bros. Oh right, my mistake. You know what? I've just decided. If the Brobot's novice setting makes you uneasy, I'm gonna disable it remotely. Done. Now you got nothing to worry about. Oh man, but now he'll be impossible. Happy hunting, Jake. Fucking shucks, Buster. Sad face. If he wants happy hunting, you'll give him happy hunting. Happily. Jake, exit. You make a careful motion with a tentative shoe towards the egress case, when suddenly that darned wild character select screen accosts you benignly without notice. You still can't pick a shadowy guy, but maybe you haven't been the other girl yet? Better click her. But if you have been her already, then there's really no point to this thing anymore. It's time to move on. Okay, I'm done here. Moving on. You're suddenly Jane again. Or you suddenly keep being Jane. Who can say for sure? Hopefully your dad's still out back washing the car. Ideally, this is one of his legendary infinite car washes. What can you say? Dad fancies his automotive ablutions. While he's preoccupied, you should be able to sneak downstairs and grab the mail undetected. The perfect crime? You bet. You slip the hallway Sarah a furtive wink for good luck. Jane, examine the portrait. Just one of your dad's bland hallway douchebags. Another example of his cornball dad tastes, which make you roll your eyes and shrug. Still, it's preferable to how it used to be. Years ago, he would work really hard to mimic your interests throughout the household, gaudy paintings of sitcom legends covering the walls, hideous detective figurines littered everywhere. You think it's better that he embrace his own interests rather than try to pander to yours. It felt a bit forced, and your early teen years were filled with daily rounds of familial strife. Not so much anymore. Now, whenever there's a father-daughter disagreement, you settle things in an adult fashion by being honest about your feelings, and in talking it through, and also by sneaking around the house in silly disguises. Jane, take a peek into the living room. There's a familiar face. A friendly face. Old Pop Crocker, smiling from beyond. Your dad sure misses him. He doesn't like to talk about the day he died. Some incident involving a tall bookshelf, a ladder, a mysterious young woman in a suspicious-looking hat. You've often fantasized about putting on your dirty old fedora and your Frenchish-looking mustache to go tracking down this felonious broad and bring her to justice. But your dad always says best to let sleeping dogs lie. There's some other plucky looking tool there next to him. Don't know who that guy is. Jane, proceed downstairs. Another hard-boiled Anderson. Even though your dad isn't overbearing with all the detective nonsense anymore, he decided to leave this one up here for old time's sake. It brings back memories of his very short-lived stint as a private eye. It turns out the police aren't as grateful as you'd think when ordinary citizens go around roughing up a lot of crooks. Jane, go to the front door. Oh boy. You were afraid this might be the case. Your dad has blocked the front door with a refrigerator. Looks like he's taking this grounding pretty seriously this time. Jane, check the window. Padlock the window, too. You bet boonbucks to donuts, the back door is locked, too. Probably with the safe from the study or something. The man means business this time. You aren't about to go smashing glass and making a ruckus, though. You'll need a solution involving more stealth. You guess you have a plan as a last resort, but you'd rather not come to that. Jane, consult with Pop. You figure a little wisdom from your elder couldn't hurt. It practically went without saying your dad keeps Pop stuffed and mounted in front of the fireplace, as is the family tradition. Pop grew up with his legendary humorous grandfather stuffed in front of the fireplace, and so did his grandfather. This was stipulated firmly in the will, at the end of a long list of joke stipulations. Dad knew this was a real one, though. You always did find it a little macabre, though, trying to watch TV and eat dinner on the couch with a dead old man standing about 5 feet away. You'd honestly prefer he not be kept here in the living room. Sometimes you tell Dad you really want Pop in the attic. He says the mere fact you call it that tells him you're not ready. What's that, Pop? It seems he's concerned that you may not be properly equipped. You proved him that you indeed have no intention of leaving the house without your trusty joke book. Yes, I am going out with this book. No, I will not get an unabridged copy. No, I will not take yours. I can hardly even lift it. Oh, that's so preposterous. Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine. This is a perfectly funny book, and it contains many incredibly funny jokes. Now, will you just stop it? I am going now. Good day. Me. Jane, on second thought, take his book. You just remembered something your alien friend said about the big old book downstairs, entrusting words written by your own hand? What the heck did she mean by that? Oh, whoops! Sorry, Pop-Pop. Jane, retrieve arm. Better pick that up. You'll try to repair it later before Dad sees it and blows a gasket. Jane, read the inscription again. Dear John. Is your friend suggesting that you were the one who wrote this inscription? You find that idea a bit hard to swallow. Still, your friends are always babbling about time travel. You always thought this inscription was written to your Pop-Pop by his Nana, who was your great-grandmother, founder of the corporation you'll inherit in a few years. The message has always been a fascinating mystery to you, and probably was to him as well. From the way it's written, it seems it was intended for him to receive after her death. She talks about a journey he supposedly meant to go on. You wonder if that adventure has ever took place, or if the note was just one last jape by an old woman from a proud family of pranksters. She goes on about many fantastical sounding things he supposedly would have found on his journey, like agents, exiles, underlings, denizens, and heirs of breath, seers of light, and stuff like that. Wait, didn't your friend mention those too? In any case, this message to Pop-Pop from sweet old Nana is the best evidence you have to dispute all this evil Batterwitch nonsense. She clearly cared for her grandson very much and would never start a company responsible for the things it's accused of, let alone be alive today to perpetrate them. But then, what if she wasn't the one who wrote it? This thought makes you very nervous. You suddenly remember your dream. What did it mean? You should talk to Jake about all this. Jane, bother Jake. Jay, how goes the bunny quest? I've barely even begun. Tell me about it. You're off to Sluggish Start too, I gather. Dad has the whole house in full fatherly lockdown mode. Talk about blowing a few measly assassination attempts way out of proportion. So I'm currently mulling over my next move. What's it you have? What is it that has you hamstrung? Did you ever track down the slippery Mr. Strider? Not exactly. His stupid doppel glasses have sent me on a wild goose chase to go pry his dumb robot's chest open and swipe its uranium. Sounds dangerous. No shit. I think I'd rather deal with the monsters. Why is it that our two best friends in the world always seem to place themselves at the source of all of our problems, while simultaneously presenting their only solutions? I know, right? I'm debating whether or not to enlist his help in the matter of my current imprisonment, but I'd rather keep it as a plan of last resort. Don't do it, Jane. It's a trap. We'll see. So I take it you're out and about now? Hell no. I spent too much time haggling with those confounded shades. I'm only leaving my room just now. Right, well, not to keep you too long, since we both still have our missions ahead of us. But I wanted to tell you about the dream I had. Oh yeah, I was curious about that. Tell me everything, and make it snappy. Whips up a bucket of freshly popped corn. But okay. I should say that the nature of the dream was a bit worrisome, and I'm concerned it may have implications for the game we're about to play. So, it's probably best that I tell you about it before you leave. Well, shoot. Alright. Lay it on me, Jane.